Hello and welcome to another Cactus Hill adventure. Today we're going to be continuing on part 2 of the Cave Tower Ruins. We're off of Highway 95 in southeast Utah, just basically west of Blanding. Here we're going down the Cave Tower Ruins Road and we're going to the parking lot. This all occurs in part 1. And we hike basically following the white arrow to the kiosk. That's the entrance to the Cave Towers Loop Trail. We hike counterclockwise around the quarter-mile loop. We stopped at the overlook for a little bit and a couple of the sites along the way and hike back to the gate. And this is where part 2 is going to basically start. Okay, this is Cactus Hill. We're at the trailhead, or actually, yeah, I guess it'd be the trailhead from Cave Towers Loop. And what I've decided to do, instead of taking the trail, the hiking trail back, I'm going to take the four-wheel drive road back. Give you a view of that. Here I've obviously sped up the video. This is kind of a generic road right here. There's a little bit of a crown in the middle of the road, so you might be aware of that. It's a lot taller than it looks in the video. One of the obstacles you're going to encounter, or continuing to encounter during this road trip, so to speak, is the slick rock you see on your left. You can go over the slick rock and exit at that location, or come around this way and come down the slick rock and then to the entrance to Cave Tower Ruins. There's a great view of this trail over some slick rock. Obviously nothing our Jeep couldn't handle, but a regular car, no way. You definitely need four-wheel drive, high clearance vehicle to get back in here. So I'll keep following the trail and see what we can see. There's some tire tracks on that dirt over there, so I'm assuming they came this way. Yeah, this is the way. One item of note right now is you can see some rain clouds off to the right there to the northeast. They were no issue. We've been looking at them all day and they pose no threat, and we were not in a wash, so we were all good. Okay, we're going to take a look back, and this is what you encounter if you come down here in a four-wheel drive vehicle. Like I said, nothing too extreme. Pick your line, go slow, I think everything will be fine. Okay. What's off-roading without a little slick rock, right? Sticking on slick rock here. Looks like there's a dirt trail up ahead. Just my opinion. Probably could hike back here faster than you could probably take a Jeep back here, or a four-wheel drive vehicle. Nice little waterfall here. Looks like the line's over here to my left. It's all just about the same. Pick your poison. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to say to the right would be the better line. That looks like what everybody's taking. Here, I'll get back and kind of show you the perspective here. Yeah, I think off to the left. A couple little ledges here you drop over. This looks like it's a little more tame on the to the right. Anyway, we'll keep moseying on down the road. There's the kiosk, or the information sign, right up there. So, not too far. Couple rocks sticking up here and there. Pull off camber, nothing serious. Turn around, take a look at. Yeah, nothing crazy. Any lifted Jeep, any lifted four-wheel drive vehicle could get through here. But I'd say it's pretty good lift, 3 inches minimum probably. At this point, I'd like to talk about the crown again. As you can see, it's in the center of the road here. This road obviously doesn't get plowed, and the tires wear out the sides and the middle stays high. So be aware of that for clearance. I'd recommend 33, 34, 35-inch tires minimum to go on this road. And of course, the video doesn't show how high this crown is. Like some deer tracks. A little serious off camber here, but you're a flat area, so no worries. Off camber in a shelf road, that's a little different dynamic. And if you watch any of my videos, I'm not a big shelf road fan. I'll do them, but they're not my favorite trail. Okay, there's a look at the last part of the road we just hiked. A little off camber, like I said, not too bad. Now the climb up to the kiosk area. Some more slick rock here. A couple of staircases, nothing crazy. Probably gonna hear some huffing and puffing as I go up this one, so. Looks like the line is to the right side of the road here. Big hunk of rock here. Yeah, I'd say to the right would be the line here. And back to the kiosk. And here I'm going to give you a close-up of the Walking McCabe Tower sign at the parking area. Basically, it tells you a little bit of history about the ancestral pueblos in this area. It also mentioned that this land is held by the Utah Schools Trust lands, and to be respectful, and that this is basically a four-wheel drive road. There's the trail. Right up in here there's a gate, and you guys know what to do with the gate. And then parking area is where we're at right now. And then what is a little confusing, they don't show the road, just a trail. So obviously we just walked up a dirt road, but the dashed line right here is the trail. So anyway, it didn't seem like a mile. I seem to read that it was a mile back here. Yeah, total distance 1.05 miles. So maybe that's including the loop. That makes sense. Yeah, because this loop down here is a quarter mile. So maybe this is like 3/4. So here's one last look at the trailhead and the sign, and to the left is direction to the hiking trail, which I found much easier than going down the road. Anyway, last little look at the road. Here's the trail marker. So Jeeps, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, motorcycles, and there's camping back here. And as always, pack it in, pack it out. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed part 2 of the Cave Tower ruins. And there should be a link coming up here soon for part 1 if you haven't seen that yet. We sincerely appreciate you watching our videos and commenting on our channel. And as I always tell you, you won't know if you don't go. Take care. Be safe out there.